All right. Been a good week so far. Good Wednesday practice. Really appreciate the good Lord giving us some cold weather for a couple of days here, so we can get outside and practice in the cold. Last week, I mean, it was shorts and t-shirts and hot, and so pretty good timing to get some cold weather this week.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. I asked you yesterday about the orange britches. We now know that both you and Notre Dame will have the 12th off. Are you glad to have that uncertainty removed? Now your guys know what they have in front of them?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we all want to, have as much certainty as we can within our schedule. So, this is what was planned for us, though. I mean, we already were planning for this to be our last regular season game, and we didn't have a game scheduled for next week, and obviously all know what happened there. But I really thought we would be playing next week, but I was as surprised as anyone last night when we came out practice field that they kind of made the change. But hey, we're going into game 10, and we're wish we had 11, but thankful that we got an opportunity to play 10, and proud of our guys for how they competed all year. And you work all year to get to a point like this, and where you truly can have a chance to. Well, we don't really have a division. I mean, we got half the league, so call it whatever you want this year. But we got a chance to punch a ticket to Charlotte. But you got to go do it. You're 4 quarters away from that, and 4 tough quarters away from that. But excited about the challenge.
Hey, Dabo, it's Josh from the Post-Courier. I know you said last week that you were hopeful that Justin Foster would be able to play this year. Is he still moving in that right direction to potentially see the field this year? And anything changed in the last week?
Well, the only thing is, I mean, he's still moving in that direction, and but as far as whether or not he'll play, I don't know. Again, just same answer, really. Hopefully, but no guarantees on that. But he is moving in a good direction.
Hey, Coach, this is Chris Hall with Clemson SI. Obviously, you've been a part of some memorable trips to Blacksburg. Some probably you wish you could forget, but some better nights as well. Kind of what sticks out to you memory-wise as far as going to Blacksburg to play?
It's a great environment. Obviously, it'll be a little different this time around, but it's one of the great environments in college football. The fans do an awesome job there, and we've had some good moments for sure, and a couple bad ones as well. But just a great environment to play college football. And always a tough team and a tough out. So, again, I don't think there'll be anybody there, or very, very few people there. But, we're going to try to find a way to – we're thankful to be able to play football and try to find a way to win the game.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor again. Do you think that there's a good chance that Rook will play this week? And also, what is the status of Zanders and Ladson and also Blake Vinson? Haven't asked you about him in a while.
Who was the first one? Rook. Oh, Rook.
First one was Rook, right?
Rook. Yeah, Rook's going to be back this week. He probably saw him dressed out last week, and so he's really progressed well for us. Zanders is still out right now, but improving, and he's be ready to go for whenever postseason comes for us. I can't remember who else you asked about.
Ladson and
Ladson right now still what we'd say is day to day, and got us still out, but getting better.
And what about Blake Vinson, Coach? What's his status?
He's available.
Okay.
Hey, Dabo, this is Anna with Clemson 24/7. I think Trey Williams has been unavailable for the past games. Do you have an update on him?
Yeah, he had to have shoulder surgery, and so he's definitely out for the year. Same shoulder that he hurt in high school, but he's doing great. He's really done a nice job attacking his rehab, and really thankful that he got a chance to get a little bit of experience this year. That'll really serve him well. But great young prospect. I mean, really excited about his future and his ability. But we got to get him fully healed up and healthy. But he's doing well.
Hey, Coach, Lawton Swan with Clemson Sports Talk. Just thinking about some of these guys that get to go back and play in their home state of Virginia and what that means to players when they get that opportunity.
Oh, I'm sure it's special to them. I mean, that's kind of, just another little thing to add to it for some of those guys. I think that's something everybody looks forward to, when you have a chance to, play in your home state or against a school from the state or whatever it may be. I know that's always been the case for me growing up in Alabama. I never thought I'd come to Clemson and play Auburn and Alabama as much as we have, if ever. But we've had a lot of opportunity, obviously, in those type games. So, it's fun for those guys, and I know they'll be excited to go play.
Dabo, this is Larry Williams. I think Simpson, of course, played as kind of an edge guy last week. And then Murphy, I think, played inside. And then Brzee, I guess, is versatile. Are those three of the more versatile guys, defensive guys, you think that you've had? Kind of maybe is that exceptional in your mind?
Yeah, especially at this age, they're young. Isaiah was freaky like that, but obviously, he was a little further in his career. But that was a package, something that we put in as a kind of a third down package. But, playing Pitt last week, I mean, they're going to get off the bus throwing the football. So, they really weren't going to run the ball very much. They were going to throw it all over the place. So we actually started the game in that package. I think it was Trenton and X, and I can't remember who was inside, but we, 98s. It's just kind of a rabbit package, if you will, just getting some pass rush on the field. Especially when you play some of these quarterbacks that can run around a little bit. So Trenton is one of the best things he does is rush the passer. And one of the positives coming out of Mike Jones being out is it kind of ramped up his development. So he played a lot of linebacker, which is his position, but he also rushed the passer in some pass situations and did a really good job for us. And again, we just kind of moved. We took a D tackle out, just kind of passing situation, moved Miles inside. I think Masker played in there as well, and then kind of rolled between the tackles.
Dabo, this is Matt. I know you said you were surprised by the ACC not giving you guys a game next week. Just what was it that surprised you about that, and were you involved at all, or did you have any kind of knowledge throughout the process of what was going on?
No, I wasn't involved at all. I just assumed that we would play, next week because we had a game get canceled, and I know Notre Dame had one canceled, and they had their game rescheduled against Wake Forest. My big thing was if we did play, we played the opponent that we were supposed to play because there was no reason not to. So, I mean, I was hoping we'd play, but, we're not playing the game, and ACC, whatever. I wasn't a part of any of those decisions, but that's the decision they made. We just focus on what we can control and keep playing. But, we had 11 scheduled. Wish we could have got 11. Lord willing, we're going to get 10. And I'd say that's a huge accomplishment. Coming into this year, there was a lot of people didn't think we'd play all summer or August or whatever. And now here we are going into game 10, and our guys have done a really, really awesome job all year.
Coaches, Trevor again. Virginia Tech had the week off last week after I think 9 straight weeks. When you play a team like that, do you have to, I guess, expect the unexpected? A team that's got nothing to lose and just had a week off to prepare.
I mean, they have their identity. I mean, they are who they are, just like we are who we are at this point. I don't think you're going to completely revamp things, but certainly when you have extra time, you've got a little more time to do some self-scout. You've got a little more time to do some crossover study. And, no question, we'll see some wrinkles and some things that we probably haven't haven't seen on tape at this point. So just kind of comes with the territory, but we got to, as always, you get in the flow of the game and you kind of get a feel for how a team's going to play you and attack you, and you go from there.
Hey, Dabo, it's Josh again. I believe you said Justin Ross had his very important doctor's appointment coming up in December. How close are we to that? And what have his spirits been like as we've gotten closer to that date?
I think we're like 6 days away. I think it's December the 8th, I believe. That's right. And he's just super excited. I mean, he feels great, and he's very optimistic, and just praying that it goes well. All of us all.
Dabo, it's Pete at AP. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourselves, but obviously if you win and get in, it's 2 weeks until the championship game. I'm sure that sets up a whole different dynamic than you guys are used to. But is that just 2020 where we're all dealing with things on the fly?
Yeah, I mean, and again, that was really our schedule was already to be off next week. So really just kind of executing the plan that we had in place if we were fortunate enough to be in the championship game. And again, we're not in it. I mean, we got to earn our way. And if we can find a way to win this week, then we'll have the opportunity to. We've never had an open date before a championship game, but it's just an open date, and you treat it as such. You got a little more time. It would be the same for Notre Dame. Obviously, they're already in. No matter what happens this weekend, they've earned that. We have not. So we're just trying to stay focused on what we're trying to do, and that's play our best 4 quarters and earn our way to Charlotte. That's not where we are, but if that happens, we'll have a good plan in place, and kind of what we were planning for.
Dabo, this is Anna again. I know ball skills for cornerbacks have always been important, but just with the throw and catch emphasis in offenses these days in college football, is it kind of fair to say that when you guys are evaluating cornerbacks, ball skills have gotten even more important?
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that we try to do a good job of. I mean, there's a lot of 7-on-7 tape that you can watch to evaluate those type of things with defensive guys, because sometimes you can watch a lot of defensive tape, and guys that we're recruiting, a lot of times they don't get a lot of action. They don't get a lot of balls thrown at them. So, but also sometimes they'll play guys on both sides of the ball. Andrew Booth's a perfect example. I mean, he played everything, both sides of the ball. And so you can get a good feel for their ball skills. But you got to sometimes dig at it.
Larry, again, continuing on the ball skills topic, Amari, where does he rank among the receivers of the past in his ability to adjust to the ball and his footwork? And then, I mean, he's made some really remarkable catches this year, including the one over near y'all's sideline last Saturday.
Yeah, he's elite. I mean, he's an elite player, and he'll be drafted, fairly high, and he's going to go and have a great career. I mean, he's worked, incredibly hard from the first time I met him. He was a running back most of his career, and then he came to camp, I guess going into maybe it was his junior year, and he was transitioning to wideout. The first time I saw him, I was like, wow. I mean, he reminded me of a Steve Smith type guy. He was a thicker body and tough, explosive, great runner after the catch. But his skill has gotten so refined since he's gotten here. His understanding of defense, his details in route running, his break points, he has very little wasted movement in and out of his cuts. He's got great influence in his routes because he really understands what's going on with it. You can't be a great route runner if you don't understand defense, and a great body control. He's powerful and explosive in his lower body, but he has worked so hard over the last few years with his footwork, cone work, drill work, his short area movement. He's always had good ball skills, but as the game slows down and your confidence is high, man, it's amazing how that ball sticks to your hand, and that's kind of where he is right now. The game is is slow for him. He really sees everything, and he's finishing everything. And as he's made a bunch of plays, his confidence is just going higher and higher and higher. And now he thinks he and Cornell, they just think they're going to catch everything. And we say that around here. We talk about making the catch required, whatever that is. If it's that, like that pick six that we had earlier in the year, I put that on Amari. And I don't know, it was a little bit behind him, but he touched it. He's got to catch that. Well, the other day, that's the exact catch. Ball's behind him, reaching back, way back, and having a reach back fingertip grab. and that's the mindset you have to have. Whatever the catch required is, our job as wideouts is to make it. Period. If it's a one-handed catch with a guy hanging on me, that's the catch required. And you have to have confidence and belief in your ability to make those plays. And so that's just how we coach it all the time. And that's what we say. We make the impossible most of the time and the routine all the time. And if you don't have that expectation, you're never going to be great at wideout. A wideout's job is to make the quarterback right, period. You touch it, you catch it. I don't care. And that's just how we look at it here. I'm always on the quarterback side. It's the receiver's job to make him look good. And so, and it's his job to make the right decisions and give the receiver a chance to touch it. And if we touch it, we're supposed to catch it. That's the standard. That's the expectation that we have. And we don't make no excuses about it. So that catch he made it starts with his belief and that mindset. But I'm proud of him. I mean, he's an elite player. He's unique. He's different. He's a different slot from some of the guys that we've had in here. He's a little bit of a combination of Adam Humphries and Renfro. He has some of the same characteristics of both of those guys, and got a bright future ahead.
We'll take one more if anybody has one.
Coach, it's Trevor again. How is Drew doing after his collarbone surgery?
He's doing good. We got just healing up. Got a big old plate in there, about 10 screws. But today was a better day for him. So appreciate you asking. He's doing fine.